Good evening, America. I am Eric Little. It is the 19th day of October 2020. There are 15 days left until the end of the general election, 2 weeks from tomorrow. I'm near my home in Southern California this evening, and this is the plain truth. So you see this thing where Trump is now trying to say, well, we should be kinder and gentler to each other. And character counts. That's this new thing, character counts. Really? This from a guy who lied, 28,000 times or something like that? Now, this is from a guy who intentionally put kids in cages and ripped kids away from their parents. And now he says character counts and be nice and kind to one another? Yeah, right. Like, a lot of people don't understand this family separation policy. It was intentionally cruel to send a message. You know, kind of like when drug dealers need to kill one of their rivals or somebody work for them tries to short them, how they do it particularly brutally and they cut their heads off and chop their eyes out and all that, because they want to send a message that this could be you. That if you don't do me right or you try to cheat me or whatever, you can end up like this. That's the same thing they were trying to do with this child separation policy. Because the people at the DOJ told them that a lot of these children that are under 12 may not be able to find their families again. And he didn't care. Him and his people was like, I don't care how young they are, I want you to rip them from their family, some as young as 4 months. And they wanted them to send a message to everybody else back in Mexico or El Salvador or Honduras or wherever you came from, that if you come here with your children, we will take them from you. So don't come. That was the whole point. It was intentionally cruel. And now you want to be, well, character counts. Character does count. That's why we're not going to vote for you. One of the few things we need to be careful about, and everybody says, oh, don't get overconfident, and all that's true. But the one thing we need to be careful about in these last 15 days is don't let the media, and I'm speaking specifically to people who talk to the media every day, people like Christian Welker, and Rachel Maddow, Alexi McCammon, these kind of people, to not let them get away with both sides do it. This is not a both sides do it thing. Both sides aren't trying to stop people from voting, right? Both sides aren't doing these things. Both sides aren't trying to engineer the election. Both sides aren't telling people to show up at the polls armed. This is not a both sides do it. I was so upset with Wolf Blitzer the other day. I wish I was the person coming. After he interviewed Nancy Pelosi, New Jersey governor came on after him. And I was upset. I wish the New Jersey governor would have said, before we start talking about a coronavirus, I'm going to tell you this right now, we're not going to let you talk to Nancy Pelosi like that. You know, you come on here and talking about how come you don't call Donald Trump, how come you don't do that, how come you don't ask them? Everything that you're complaining about, the people out of work, and coronavirus relief and post office relief and election relief, all that is in the bill that they passed 4 months ago that sat on Mitch McConnell's desk and he did nothing about it. And you'd have the nerve to ask Nancy Pelosi, why doesn't she go crawling to Donald Trump to make a deal? Hell no. She shouldn't go talk to him at all. He should be coming to her. He's the one that's about to lose. He's the one that needs help. The people need help. She put a bill on the table that would have addressed all of this. Right? It's very simple. Why don't you have Mitch McConnell in there and say, look, their bill addresses all these things. Why don't you just vote for it? This is all about not wanting to give funding to the states. That's why he calls it a blue state bailout, because he's trying to pit blue against red and say, well, if we give money, we're helping them and they're mismanaged. It wasn't mismanaged. California had an $11 billion surplus before COVID. So how the hell we mismanage when we have $11 billion in the bank after we've paid our bills? I wish I had $11 billion left after I paid my bills. I wish I was mismanaging my own finances that bad. See, this is all the behavior of a campaign that knows it's losing. See, you don't have to know anything about a sport or about a campaign or about anything to tell who's losing. If I show up at a football game and there's 2 minutes left and somebody tells me, well, one team's up by 4, but I don't know which team, it'll take me like 2 seconds to figure that out. If one team has the ball and they're kneeling down, that's the team that's winning. If they're running up to the line of scrimmage trying to spike the ball, that's the team that's losing. That's the team that's behind. You could just tell by the behavior of the team. It's no different here. You know, and you need to be cautious because it's going to get worse. These 15 days are going to seem like 15 months, as every day it's a new plan of attack. It's a new lie. It's a new, they tried to plant a fake Hunter Biden story out there. It's going to get worse. Watch for deep fakes. Next it'll be Obama saying, I hate Biden or something. Watch out for deep fakes, because what you're going to see over the next 15 days is kitchen sink. You're going to have, we're at the part of the TV show where, a cop and the bad guy shooting at each other, and the bad guy runs out of bullets, then he just throws the gun at the cop. That's where we are now. He's at the throw the gun stage. He's throwing anything against the wall to see if it sticks. He's just saying anything that pops into his mind. Now, SEAL Team 6 didn't really kill bin Laden, that it was a fake, it was a body double, and then Obama and Biden had the actual SEAL Team members killed to cover it up. I mean, and the guy who actually shot bin Laden was on TV, and he was a Republican. He was not happy with that. So, just be aware of it, because it's all coming. No, nothing stops us from voting. I told you this months ago, nothing. Nothing stops. 27 million people have voted already. It's about 20% of the electorate. I want 100% of the electorate. By the time we get to election day, I want the poll workers to be bored because there's nobody showing up, because everybody already voted. So get out there, vote early. I voted October 16th. And I talked to my daughter, who voted yesterday, the 18th. She's in North Carolina. She voted yesterday. And, just get out there and get it done. The sooner we can get it done, the sooner we can get him out of office, and the sooner we can have our lives back. And that is the plain truth, as I see it. And I am Eric Little. Good night.